What's up, guys? Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com. So in this video, we're continuing our series on the top extensions for SketchUp for architecture by checking out an extension that can automate dropping a lot of objects to an uneven surface. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. So if you're looking for information on where to find all the extensions contained inside of this series, along with example files and tutorials to show you how they work, you can check out the full list and all the resources at TheSketchUpEssentials.com/architecture extensions. All right, so if you've ever had a series of objects that you need to place on a terrain, you know that can be really frustrating, right? Because what you have to do is you basically have to individually click and place objects on the surface in order to try to get them onto the surface in a way where they actually like intersect with the surface properly. And that can be really time consuming. And you can try workarounds, but I mean, the reality is, if you take these objects, right, a series of these objects and try to drop them down on the surface, you're gonna have to go through and you're at least gonna have to do like each row individually, if not more. And that can definitely take up a lot of time. Luckily, there's an extension inside of the SketchUp extension warehouse that you can download for free called DropGC. It's from the Smustard team, and you can use it in order to drop groups and components onto the geometry below. And you can just download it and install it for free. You don't need to do anything with it. It's only listed as being compatible through SketchUp 2024, but it's working on my SketchUp 2026 just fine. And so basically what it does is you take a series of objects, you select them, and then you activate the tool, DropGC. So I don't know that this necessarily has an actual toolbar. I think you just select the objects and then run it from the extensions dropdown right here. But we're just going to select the option for DropGC. And what it's going to do is it's going to take these objects and it's going to drop them down so that they interact with this face or intersect with this face right here. Now, this can be extremely valuable in a lot of different situations. Now, there's a couple things you need to know. First off, if you have objects like these and you have overlap, right? So if some of them are over a surface and some of them aren't, like this, so we'll just move this over right here, and we run it, it's only going to drop the objects that are actually over a surface, right? So that means that if you have things that aren't on a surface, it's not going to like drop them off infinitely or anything like that. They'll just stay where they're at. Another thing that's especially important with this tool is your axis position. So say that I was to take these objects right here and I'm going to drop them, right? I'm going to drop them on the surface. Notice how it's placing them into the ground. So it's too far below. That's because what this is doing is this is taking the object axes wherever those are located, right? So in this case, this first series, notice how the object axes are not at the very bottom of the object. So what it's doing is it's moving this point down where it intersects with the surface. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that whatever your object is that you're using, you want to make sure that you place your axes at the bottom point so that this is going to place this so that it's not like into the surface, right? So now if I run DropGC on this one, notice what it's going to do is each one of these is going to get dropped in here based on that axis location. It's going to, or the origin location, it's going to take the object origin, it's going to move it around or move it down until it intersects with the surface down here, and it's going to place those objects along the surface just like this. And so as a general rule, what I like to do is I like to take a profile of whatever surface that I'm using. So in this case, I want to place a bunch of rocks on the surface, right? And there are other tools that could do this as well, right? You could use like a scatter or something like that. But if you wanted to take a bunch of objects and make sure that they're all inside of the footprint of a space like this, you want to drop them on here like this, and not even drop, I just kind of place them on the surface. But now what I can do is I can just hide this. I can take all of these objects and I can drop them down to the surface. Now, there is something that's really important with this is you want to make sure that your axes are below the geometry in your object. Otherwise, this starts acting weird, right? So if I take my model axes and I place them like inside of this object right here, and let's make sure I got it all the way inside, yeah, so that there's geometry beneath it, this can start acting a little bit odd. Like if I try to drop this now, notice how it's only going to drop it a little bit. That's because your axes are actually inside of your object, and so it's messing up the way that this is trying to like shoot this down onto the surface right here. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you take the object axes. So in this case, and I'll toggle my X-ray mode off, I'm just going to double click into this object. I'm going to click on the axis tool right here, and I'm going to place it on the bottom of the object where it's actually exposed so that it can drop down cleanly. like this. So I'm just going to activate the component axes right here. But now if I drop that object, notice how it's going to drop right on the surface. So if you ever run into the issue where it's just like dropping these a little bit incrementally, then you can fix that by putting your object axes on the very bottom of the object. And another place where I like to use this is I like to take a path, right? So in this case, right, I've got a hiking path or something like that. Say I've got a bunch of warning signs on here. What you can do is you can use a tool like a path copy, which is also from Smustard. So you can just download, let's see, it's path copy right here. And you can use this in order to copy those objects along the path. But then if I take all of these objects, and again, you want to make sure that your axes are on the very bottom of the object right here. But now I can take all of these and drop them along this path on the surface. And I don't want this one, but we're just going to run DropGC, and it's going to drop these right along your surface like this. And then we can take the rest of this and we can just right click on it and hide it or delete it or do whatever it is we want to do. But notice how I was able to place this along this path really easily. So this is something that is really, really helpful for when you have a complex surface and you don't want to place all of these objects by hand. And so one other trick, because if you did want these to be like partially in the ground, which I can see you wanting to do, what I would do is I would drop the objects, and then after I drop the object, I would click into the component, right, like this, and I would just use the move tool and just slide this down inside of the group after the fact. Notice how by sliding these down after the fact, all of the instances of the component do the same thing. And so you can use this to drop things on the surface and then double click in here and just kind of affect if they're in the ground. And since these are components, all of the other components will have this occur as well, like this. All right, so this is a super simple one, but I still use it all the time. It's super helpful to me. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're using this tool, if you like it. I just love having that conversation with you guys. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.